Okay, so I've cut my window frame pieces. You see I've started screwing these together. Started to do this bit here. So I pre-drilled. Let's look over there, pre-drilled. This one's got to go in, that one's got to go in. So what I've done is it's really easy if you get one of these set squares with the edge on. So I've just held that in, just flat. And at the same time then drilled in and held that piece of wood with that tight against it, and that gets it really square. So I'm going to get this done, and then I'm going to cut my window pieces to go inside it. I'm going to go for quite a big window for plenty of ventilation, and it's just actually easier on the wood by the look of it. Okay, so due to the frame being quite large, I've got the corner brackets with some 25mm screws, which hopefully you can see. We can try and give it a wobble. It's really quite strong now. Otherwise, I think we'd have had a bit of an issue. So that's really rigid. I'm going to test that out, and then I'm going to just frame in my window, and it's going to be hopefully a quick job. Okay, so we've got the frame and the outside done, and I've cut the inner pieces. What I did, I sort of got them roughly there, left them a little bit too big. And then I used my little tool again, my little triangle here. So I kind of round this down the edge, and if you just kind of work it round, you just get it in. That's that bit there. You can kind of work it round so you end up getting the right size. So I know now that I've got enough clearance realistically all the way around. I'm going to screw in at the end again, pre-drill, screw in. I'm going to put the little corner braces to give a little bit more strength as well. So that would be my inner frame sorted. So I'm just framing in these corners. So I'll try to show you again. So I'm kind of holding this up there really tight, and then I've got, this one's a 90mm and this one's 70. I suppose I could use two 90s in theory. Might be a bit stronger, but I just thought actually I think that's going to be enough for a window. So just screwing them in, so I'm keeping it really flat, really square. One corner that's come on really nicely, so I'll just finish up, do another four and putting the reinforcements in. Right then, so I now need to make some strip wood from these two pieces of wood. So that's the same wood that I've made the frames from, but then I'm going to split it down and use it to do the battening here or here. So I just thought I'd show you out of interest. So look, so that was like one piece of wood that I cut into four, and that was the original piece. Now if you look, it's effectively, you might have thought, oh, I'll get 5 strips. But you haven't, because as soon as you use a ripping blade, you're going to lose that fifth in sawdust effectively. But actually it works really well. So I'm just going to literally strip these down into 4s and 4s, and then I've got spares. Now I might also end up with a knot here that then it falls apart. So you kind of got to take a risk, and I'm doing more than I need all in one go, and then I've got some spare. Or, like I said, it kind of when it comes to that kind of bits of wood, they just end up falling apart, which is kind of frustrating. But it's such cheap wood, but it's worth running through the rip saw, because you don't want to pay for strip wood at the cost it is per metre. So there we go, I'm going to do some ripping. Okay then people, might not look much, but that's the frame for the window in. So what's the next step is, I've also cut all the wood for the window and the strip. So then I've got to, all around the outside, screw the strips on, cut the plastic out, then put the plastic in the window, then put the automatic opener down here, and then we've got a window. Looking good. So that's the window frame. Then I've got all the strips ready to go, so they're going to obviously go in here. And there are the other strips, so we're all ready. It's just been a bit of a long time really. Okay, so this is the point where you think, I've gone utterly crazy. So I've cut the window out here. So all I did is I screwed in the frame that I made, and the little slats here, although I've lost a bit of wood. So I screwed this on, and then I cut the plastic out. So we've got our opening ready to go for the window, and the middle is now going to go into the frame before I fit the frame. So we're almost there with the window. So hopefully we can see now how easy it is to frame this in. So plastic just gets put in here, done the first piece of wood, screwed it in, and I'm just going to pull it tight, and the piece here will come up against it, and we're good to go. So there you go. So I'm going to finish off the framing, get the hinges on, and we'll get it up. Okay, so that's my window fitted, and I've got my Bayless XL auto vents. We'll see how that goes, but it should slowly open when it gets too hot, and hopefully sort of work when it's cold as well. If not, I might just have to go for a manual it'll open a bit. I've left it flexible, so the frame's already done. Now I've just got to start making a bit of staging.